what's up, everybody? What's going on? What's happening? Up here in a minute. I know, and I feel like I haven't done this in a minute. Okay, there we go. All right. What's going on, everybody? Let me see if this is right. Okay. Let's get this all straightened up, ready to go. Yeah, man, it has been a minute. Ham hit me up, was asking if I was good. I didn't know if I was. Let me see if this is right or not, because I might be having some issues right here. I don't know. Okay, let's see. I think I'm good. All right. Sorry if my camera's acting up because I think I was doing something goofy. But I didn't know. But I got to get back on the horse at some point. Of course, for people who didn't know, a couple of weeks ago, my mother passed away. And then for the people who's been listening and stuff like that, and how long I've been, fighting to help her keep going and stuff like that. But she, she fought as hard as she could, man. And I don't know, man. That week was a I was a wreck. I'm telling you, bro. I don't even know if I could I didn't even know if I could live. I ain't never felt no extreme pain and shit like that ever in my life before. But but anyway, man, like, what I'm saying, you got to keep moving. And my mom would be telling me, boy, if you don't stop acting like a big ass punk and get your ass to doing what you need to do. So it's time to get to work. But anyway, man, enough of the sad stuff, man. We back. It's been a minute, but I'm happy to be back, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? To talk about my favorite hobby. Even though at this point there's a lot of people out here I don't know. There's a lot to discuss on my end because I've been quiet about it, but no longer. So, Ham Solo, what's going on with you, brother? What's happening?
Yo, it's just a lot of people fraud in the church out here. A lot of people fraud in the church right now. Sorry, I'm not on camera today, you guys. I'm getting over being sick. I don't know if I had COVID or what it was, but I've been just sweating profusely for like the last 48 hours. So I'm just a little uncomfortable being on camera today because I don't really feel like sweating all up on camera and shit like that.
Looking a little oily. If that boy said he's
oh
moist
man, I
over
look
there.
like a damn squirrel on the other side of the wood chipper, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, it is rough out here.
Oh, man, that is crazy. But yo, thank you to Sean, man. I really do appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but here we go. Richilli, what's happening? What's going on? Well, before we do that, man, before we get started, because we were normally we hit topics and stuff like that. It's only two things we're going to talk about because, like I said, I have not addressed anything except for maybe a couple of posts here and there about this whole situation, about what Xbox is doing. And Ham has some information that I didn't even know about until just recently. And so that's all we're going to be talking about. But it's going to be juicy. It's going to be spicy. I am coming in with a flamethrower today. So I got a lot to get off my chest. So Ham, I think before we do that, like what have you been playing? What have you been playing? I know we played Helldivers last week, but what have you been playing this week?
Yeah, a lot of NBA 2K with friends, of course. I don't play that game solo. I've also been playing AEW Fight Forever. I bought that on Steam.
How is that?
It's very goofy. It's very much like the old school, like WrestleManias and No Mercy and stuff like that. It has like that goofy feel to where it's like not trying to be super realistic.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like that about it. And it also has a bunch of mini games and stuff on it while you're doing your like road to the title or whatever it's called. So that was pretty dope. Other than that, I haven't really got to play too much of it because I've been sick, right? Um, but what else was I gonna say? Helldivers for sure. I've been playing some of that. I think that's about it, really, because like I said, I've been sick, man. I haven't been playing too much, too many crazy games or whatnot. Oh, the finals. I've also been
Oh,
playing some
okay.
of the finals.
Okay. Okay. Good deal. Good deal. All right. Yeah, I like the finals, but it is just too much to play, and and stuff just too many things is taking my time. So for me, it has only been really one game. It's been two. I mean, because you'll see in the gameplay of this Suicide Squad. And if there's some quirky stuff going on where I'm kind of just standing still, that's because some people was calling me and stuff like that. But don't worry about that. But I just want y'all to see the gameplay. But Tekken, that's it, bro. Like I've drowned myself in the Tekken. And it feels good to be back home. Like I think I put in probably over 1,000 matches now. Bro, I have not been playing. I've been Tekken. I've been playing Tekken like nobody's business. I just it's been a great escape, and so I've been in and out of paying attention to some of the stuff that's been going on. Haven't listened to no podcast. Haven't. I've stayed away from all types of gaming stuff except for what I read in Twitter or into the DMs. But yeah, no, Tekken, Suicide Squad, and like well, we were talking about earlier. We played Helldivers 2 on last week, and it was fun. It's fun playing with friends. I mean, I like the game, and also Grand Blue Relink, great RPG. Yeah, they're good solid month of games, and looking forward to the games that's coming out this coming up month. Well, this well up in March. Because you know what, I pre-ordered that greatness on PC. You know what I'm saying? That PlayStation PC connection, that Forbidden West. You go get it again, brother? You go get it on PC?
Hell no, that game is boring as hell. Oh man,
Oh man. All
it'll
right. Well,
turn my PC dry.
no, stop it, man. That's gonna have my
Run
PC
that sucker
just
dry.
just
It'll it, it,
juicing,
it,
boy,
it'll
just
take
greatness.
it'll take all of that yeah, it'll take all the juices out of my AIO. It'll be a dry ass PC.
Damn, cold blooded. Well, I'll be the judge of
Suck it
that.
dry. That's why she running around in the desert, because she sucks the whole land dry.
Stop it,
Being
man.
boring as hell.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
I'm saying.
What's
I'm
going on with you, Mac?
saying. I forgot I've been playing Sifu as well lately.
Sifu was fantastic. That is a dope game, and it's on sale. Well, it was on sale last week. I
Yeah, it
would
was on
recommend
sale.
anybody to get that game. That game
Crossplay
is,
title.
ooh boy, that game is dope. Real. Yep, it's a play anywhere title. So
Yeah. That's what I meant. Play
yeah,
anywhere. My
yeah,
bad.
dope. But anyway, all right. So Ham, uh, tell me, okay, let's talk about what you brought up to me earlier. Very interesting news. It was something that was going to be part of what I was going to bring up as well for me to sit there and get on one of my rants. But uh, what was it that's coming out here? Because I have not heard that news. I've been gone mostly all this earlier today. So
Okay,
I
so
need to know
what
more
I was
about
pretty
this.
much talking about, and I have a more verified source than what I was just talking to you about just a little bit ago.
Okay.
Hazardor Gaming, right? You've heard of Hazardor, right?
Yes, I have. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hazardor's pretty cool, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
He says Sony Hiroki Totoki says strong titles that achieve growth on PS5, PCs, and other platforms will widen our margins. Was it called Icon Era, and I believe a few other sites took it out of context in the translation and said that they said without Xbox platforms, but then Sony corrected it and said that they never said that in particular. And I'm not saying that, there's gonna be like we're right around the corner from getting any kind of Sony games on PlayStation or anything like that. Nor do I really care, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but um, but the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, they're saying what they've been doing isn't working, and they need to change up their strategy a little bit. So either games start coming more onto Xbox or not, or PC for sure, because that's going to happen. Mobile for sure, that's going to happen. You already see that their own VR isn't even first party anymore. It's a third party device now. It's going to be a third party device going into PC. So we're making all these big deals about Pentiment and Sea of Thieves and stuff like that. When there's a whole ass device that's not even first party anymore. So like, I'm not trying to say that just to like be an ass. I'm just trying to say like, yo, like if you look a few miles down the road, it's looking a little different than it did 5 miles back. You know what I'm saying? So like what felt or was 100% exclusive back in the day is being looked at by big companies, and especially Microsoft and Sony, seeing how they could profit throughout the entire industry. You see, you're starting to see some Xbox games going over to PlayStation. Do you think that they want to give all the proceeds to Xbox without trying to get a little bit of change out of their pocket as well? I mean, in my opinion, that's why they came out and said a long time ago, and nobody's talking about this in particular. And I think it's funny that no one's talking about this. Is before we knew about Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi Rush, or anything, we already knew that we were going to get Marathon.
Yep.
Nobody made a big deal about it then, but it's the same thing. It's the they own Bungie. We get Bungie game. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. Whether you want to, you know, feel some type of way off of the way they word it and whatnot, it's the same exact thing. So I just felt the need to kind of let you know that, since you kind of been, head in the sand a little bit as of lately.
Yeah.
For good reasons, obviously. But I just said that just a moment ago, and you're like, oh, let's kick off with that part.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no doubt. And
there it is.
Yeah, and it was going to be something, a part of where I was going to talk about all the stuff that was been going on here the last couple of weeks. But that was going to be one of my talking points. I said this back in 2016 when a lot of Xbox gamers, or let me put these quotations in the air, came out and they were all against it. They were upset. This was the same talk about Xbox was getting rid of the, was not prioritizing the console, and putting games on PC. It makes Xbox console gamers feel like they're second rate. All that same stuff we hear today, right? And I told them, I said, relax. I told them, relax. And for the, I was on with a lot of PlayStation dudes as well. And I was just like, look, it's funny because you guys are laughing about it now, but Sony is not going to leave money on the table. Sony's going to do it as well. They have been following Xbox's pattern forever, for damn near 20 years now, if you think about it. They have followed.
The only thing I think Sony might not do that Xbox is doing, the only thing I think that they might kind of take a step back and not try to do as much as Xbox is more willing to do, is single player titles.
No, I think it comes down to, if this is okay. See, this is where I think that where the rubber meets the road with Sony. Like, let's just say, that makes a great point, but I think if a game like, let's say, Infamous Third Son, or whatever that they call Infamous or whatever, right? And if it doesn't generate enough sales to meet their standard, you don't think that they're not going to be looking at this side eye like, man, we could put this shit on Xbox? It's not doing very.
That's a possibility.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is what Xbox is doing now. This is a test. This is something and this is what I've been trying to explain to people for years, since 2018, when they picked up Playground and Ninja Theory and all those things. And I didn't know about, that they were going to pick up ZeniMax or Activision. But I tried to tell and explain to people that, look, Xbox is going in a whole nother direction. And either you hop on the train or you're going to get ran over, because the way that they're going right now, everything is going to be changed. Everything that looked like it was up, it's down, it is all over the place. And if you think that just PlayStation is going to sit there now, if PlayStation was doing as well as what they did with the PlayStation 4, then this is a whole different discussion. But they're not. And this is what we've also been stressing here on GRG, on this podcast. You've been doing it on y'all's podcasts over there. You know what I'm saying? This is what we've been trying to address to people. Like, everybody keeps looking at Xbox and saying Xbox, and PlayStation dudes is over here. Xbox is done. While in reality, PlayStation is over here fighting for their damn life. They're hemorrhaging money. Those Insomniac leaks were not lies, people. And that shit is definitely going to come back. And you know what? This is what's going to be the funny thing. When the first title that Xbox gamers really enjoy, I mean, the PlayStation gamers tout about, that comes over to Xbox, they're going to say this shit. This is the difference between Xbox gamers and this is the difference between PlayStation gamers. PlayStation gamers will say some wild shit by saying, oh, that's an old game. You can have that shit. We already used that up. Xbox gamers, oh my God, same thing. Oh my God, please, Lord Jesus, no, don't take it away from me. Shut the fuck up. I am so tired of this bullshit ass crying from some of you people. And then you fair weather ass friends trying to come out here and say you're a fan. You're not a fan. You're a thought. That's all some of you people are. I'm looking at people who sit there and grew their channels and grew their followers on Twitter and Twitter X and other places on YouTube and everything. And then all of a sudden they're talking, oh no, I'm a PlayStation guy now. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Truly disgusting. Truly bitch-made behavior. Nobody likes a fair weather fan. A true sports fan, which Tom Warren, I'm going to get at you on that one, because that was absolutely asinine. Now, I like your content. I'm not here to sit there and to bash you like a lot of other people have. But when you make that point about sports fans, that is really funny to me, how you get out here and you get on a soapbox and you have no idea what a damn sports fan is. Stay in your lane. Because true sports fans, they ride or die. True fans, they ride or die. I don't care if Xbox sits there and goes full third party. I'm still an Xbox gamer. I'm still going to be an Xbox fan. Because of this reason, because I love the ecosystem. I love the fact of what Xbox provides over the competition. I will always play PlayStation games. I'll always play Nintendo games. I'll always play PC games. I'll play a few mobile. My wife is more of a mobile gamer than I am by a mile. But the point of the matter is that you guys come out here and have the fucking audacity to come out here, open your mouth and say some of the dumbest shit. And let me make this point. Let me make this point, Ham. Let me make this point, and then I'm gonna just let you get back on it. You know what I'm saying?
Take your time.
I love my brother Tim Dog. I love Tim Dog. Tim Dog did me a solid out there at E3. I will never talk bad about them, man. There's three people that you can't, well, there's more than three people, but there's some people that you just won't talk bad to me about in person if you don't know those people. Tim Dog is one. Lemon is another. You know what I'm saying? You can't talk about the ladies, you can't talk about Delilah, you can't talk about Infamous. You can't sit there and you can't talk about my boy Yobi. You can't talk about those. You can't talk about my boy Megatron either. You can't say something bad about him. You know what I'm saying? Timmy's a solid dude. But the one thing that disappoints me more than anything from Tim Dog is that we came in this situation almost around the same time. He's been in the game a lot longer than me when it comes to knowing stuff about Xbox staff, all that other stuff, right? But there is no way in hell. And nobody this is me making this fact right here. You'll never, ever, ever. I will play PlayStation. I will always respect and say PlayStation 1 is my favorite console of all time, all that, right? But I will never be a part of that community. I will never be a part of that community. I will never be a part of that community. You know why? And Timmy should know this too. These people sit there and talked about people's families. They sit there and made a video about my daughter. They sit there and called my son's job. They called my job. They sit there and they even had the fucking nerve to sit there and post my mom's old address and say, oh, we'll come and see it. We'll come and see your mom. You keep on doing it. What? Me talking about video games? Y'all on this level? Do you really want this? Because bro. And Timmy went through the same type of scrutiny. Crap Gamer went through, I say, way worse scrutiny than I did. Mooch did as well. And y'all sit there and y'all have the fucking nerve to say, well, I'm a part of the PlayStation community? Because you know why? Because I'm not saying that all people in the PlayStation community are bad people. That's not what I'm trying to say. My point is that though they don't expel those people that do that dumb shit. There will not be one person that will come on GRG that sit there and do crazy shit like that and sit there and act. And then I say, well, because they was trying to say Livewire was doing wild shit. Well, Livewire is wild, but he wasn't doing no crazy shit like that, going after people's families or anything like that. They tried to lie and say that Livewire was the one that made the video about my daughter when I knew better. Because I confronted him about it. I ain't no punk. I'm gonna sit there like, bro, they saying you did? Nah, man, you know better. And so for this reason, they're saying, well, I'll be back. Now, be back for what? You should have never left. If you're upset with something, you're upset. I'm a fan. Look, you see the San Diego Padres hat here? I'm a fan. You don't think I'm not upset about what the Padres did last year? My main point right here is this. I've been a Ram fan since 1983. 1983. In the 90s, the Rams were labeled one of the worst teams in sports of the decade. You don't think that I wasn't mad at management for being cheap or making bad decisions on picking, Tony Banks? You know what I'm saying? You get rid of Jerome Bettis and then you bring Lawrence Phillips, which I was cool with until he killed somebody and then he's not on the team and then my team is just getting wrecked.
He hit the highway, didn't he?
Yeah, he hit the highway, bro. And you don't think I wasn't mad? You don't think I wasn't sitting here depressed about my team, Tom Warren? Because I'm a fan. That's what fans do. They sit there and they be upset. They say what they want to say. They get that shit out, but they're loyal to the soil. And you're about saying, well, Mega, it's not this. It is that serious. Because we're all fans of something. We're all fans of something. We embrace Apple phones. We embrace Android phones. We embrace Samsung TVs or LG TVs or computers or NVIDIA or AMD. We are a fan of something. People are fans of things. There's fans of being a Democrat, which I think when politics, it shouldn't be like fandom, but it is, unfortunately. And gaming, it's the same thing. There is no reason for anybody to sit there and to get on a soapbox and tell people, well, you act like 40-year-old fan. Shut your damn mouth if you don't know what the hell you talking about, bro. And you know, when I'm looking at this situation, when I'm seeing people in the DMs, my last point. I'm sorry, Ham.
No, you're fine. Take your time. Take your time. I'm not in any rush.
I went through the saddest moment of my life on that Sunday night. And I only wanted to sit there and to go to my refuge, which is gaming, and look for something positive. And I didn't see anything positive. Everybody is just going out of their damn minds over a rumor. This just rumor. How many times do Xbox gamers, Xbox so-called fans cannot just say, let's just wait and see? Now, there's quite a few of you out there that said, okay, yeah, man, wait, let's hear from the people first. Let's hear what Xbox got to say then. No, it's over. They're giving it up. They're giving it up. I can't believe this shit. You guys, they sit here in the DMs. I'm reading and complaining every day, all day and all night. I don't know how y'all happy about gaming because y'all just complain about everything. Not everybody in the DMs, but there's just people that they have nothing else to do but to bitch and complain about everything. Bro, I am at the point where I'm taking heads. I'm not playing with these guys no more. I'm not being humble about it. I'm coming for you. If you sit there and you got to come out here and say some dumb shit like this, well, I'm going to be, I'm going to be a play. Take your ass on. Go. Because when it's all said and done, you're going to come back because Xbox is going to be number one. Because they got a plan and they stuck to it. And if the one thing that some of these people forget is that Xbox listened to a lot of you guys last gen. And where did that get Xbox One? Where did that get Xbox One? They listened to everything that those content creators and what those people in the media said. And they didn't. They took, no TV. I just want the console. I just want it to be just like PlayStation. And what PlayStation do? PlayStation shit. That shit look dope. Let's add it to our shit, to PlayStation 5. Let's add some TV. Let's make some movies. Oh my God, this is great. I can't wait. Oh my God, Gran Turismo is going to be a movie. Xbox, keep cooking. Do what you do. Don't listen no more. Just do. You got a plan.
Facts.
Make it happen. Enough is enough. These content creators, not all of them, of course, but a lot of them. They're clout chasers. They're not real. They are absolutely only in it for their own benefit. And like I said, my brother Tim Dog, love you to death. But there's no way in hell that I could sit there and ever side. No, there's no prayer package from PlayStation, from J-Dub or anybody else that could sit there and make me go over there and be a part of that bullshit ass community after what they've done to me. And how the hell could you do that? How the hell did you do that? That's the problem. I keep telling people like Kids Move, my brother Kids Move. I keep telling my brother. I say, stop being in them damn PlayStation fans say the same shit to you every day. Stop listening to it. I get the thing, you boys. I'm not saying J-Dub's a good dude. But regardless, when they start chirping that shit, snooze. I'm gaming. Yeah. I'm over here doing. I ain't nobody hearing that shit. And it's about time that real Xbox fans do the same. It's about time because PlayStation is going to do the same thing, and it's not going to take 15 years. It's going to be quicker than what you anticipate. There's already, like Ham said, there's already games that's already out there. There's already games that's already on PlayStation, first party that's on Xbox, and it will be more. They just taking it a little bit slower, but I guarantee when those PlayStation stands we'll talk about, they'll chirp and won't put those and won't buy those games. Sony gonna be like, shit, we do what we want to. They follow us. It's about time Xbox start doing the same. Just do what you need to do. Keep it cooking. Your thoughts, Ham?
I'm just thinking
tired of these cowards, man. Like, listen, if you're mad, I'm not telling people not to be mad about nothing. I'm not. I'm sorry, Ham, but I'm not telling you not to be upset because I don't want to see high five. My pettiness do not want to see high five rush over on PlayStation. But damn it, if the game didn't do good enough, or if they had a contract, or if they're just an experiment and do this and whatever, then Xbox gamers, then start buying these damn games more. Stop sitting there and start help to try to get these consoles out the wild instead of sitting here telling everybody what Xbox should do, but not helping participate. If that's the case. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm done now.
No, I'm just going to refer to something that Ray Chi has said in the chat because I've been saying this I've been having this song on repeat for like years now. Like ever since I pretty much started podcasting, I've had this song on repeat. And Ray Chi says, Sony will follow Xbox slowly. I'm still waiting for Bloodborne and Ghost of Tsushima on PC. And that's my point. If you look at everything that has happened between let's go all the way back to the PS3 all the way to now. There has been little bits at first of PlayStation saying, that seems like a pretty good idea. I'm gonna implement. That seems like a pretty good idea. I'm gonna implement. I mean, where do you think we got the whole online community thing from? Right? Achievements. Where did that come from? And then you go into the next generation. You're starting to see some of the share options. But what was nuts was the backwards compatibility was completely scrapped. Well,
Yep.
that was crazy from PlayStation.
That
Seeing
was
that they
real crazy.
completely scrapped backwards compatibility
Yep.
was nuts. But then you see at the beginning of this generation when they were talking that same screw backwards compatibility, they seen how it was going on Xbox and they kind of changed their tone on it. In fact, they even had a whole back compat team made, even though they said we believe in generations. They also decided to combine PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus and make leveled subscription services like somebody else. You know, they're starting to put games on PC. They're making PC hardware or what do you call it? Like accessories and stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah. 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 You can play your
So
controller on PC now.
the controller, the VR is going to be soon.
Yep.
Games are coming out more regularly on PC, and we just recently got a day and date PlayStation game on PC. And that's not the only one. They're talking about, the burger game too is supposed to be day and date on PC, I thought. You know that I can never remember that damn burger game. I think Fire
Concord,
Sprite or something like that makes it.
Concord or something like that. Concord.
Yeah, Concord.
Yeah,
Yep,
Concord. Yeah.
Concord.
Yeah.
Um, that there's supposed to be that heist game as well. That's supposed to
Yeah.
be day and date on PC, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
The exclusivity window of Final Fantasy is smaller than it has been in the past.
Yep.
Like you're starting to see things look a lot different than they did, like, let's say 10 years ago.
Yep.
But it's like both of these companies are copying each other more and more and more as time goes along. So sure, you could say, "Oh man, Xbox they really took a big step and I'm not sure if I like it." But that's what they do.
Right.
If you're new to Microsoft, you're like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Right. Right.
But if you've been around for quite some time, you're just like, "Oh shit, hopefully they stick to their guns." Because that's been majority of the problem with Microsoft. It's like, yo, if you're gonna do something, do it
Right.
and support the shit out of it.
Facts.
What they've done in the past is, y'all don't really like this. All right, let's change the genre of music, and then everyone's like, "What the fuck is this?" So like, it's just like y'all just need to stick to your guns when you do stuff. But I mean, if we're looking at the beginning of this year and the way that each of these companies have came out and expressed their need to make more money, I feel like it's more than evident that we're gonna see some some streams crossing.
Yep.
And people ain't gonna like it.
Nope.
And it's gonna be disgusting to some people, but it is what it is because at the end of the day, Phil Spencer, Satya Nadella, they want the bag. And you know what? Hiroki Totoki isn't gonna look over and see them getting the bag and be like, "We're selfish." No, in fact, he said we need to quit being so selfish.
Facts.
Because it's holding money away from us. We can't keep doing what we did yesterday and expect new results.
Yep.
So it's just like, I don't understand why people think that Xbox is so outside of their element with what they're doing when Phil Spencer was literally on stage. And it's crazy how much people like to magnify what he says and then talk about what he didn't say and whatnot. But nobody listens to what he actually said when he literally told everybody gaming has changed.
Yes.
The way we do things he didn't say Xbox has changed. He didn't say Microsoft has changed. He did not say United States gaming has changed. He said gaming in general has changed. The whole enchilada. So when we see what's going on with Microsoft and talking about other games coming out, we see the Insomniac leaks that are verified to be true, where they're nervous about Game Pass and Call of Duty and Activision Blizzard. I mean, it's kind of nuts when you think about what Xbox is trying to do, because I see what they're trying to do.
Right.
They're trying to be the biggest profiter in gaming in general. Whether you're buying hardware or software, they want to have the leg up on the competition. You can be the most popular motherfucker. I don't care, because I'm getting more money than you.
That's right. Talk it.
They don't care who none of these motherfuckers in the business care if their name is in the paper every day, as long as they getting that check.
Talk about it.
So all the bullshit that people want to spread online and say, oh, look at Xbox, they're being goofy, but PlayStation, they rocking it right. They are in for a rude awakening in the near future.
Well, I mean, just think about Ham. Okay, let me read this. Let me read the super chats. Sir X Man, appreciate it, brother. He said, I call those fake Xbox guys Xbox Pookies. Facts. Okay, Xbox Pookies. I see you're still old and corny as usual, but that's okay. No, I love you to death, brother. He said Xbox Pookies, but he said call them crackheads, I suppose. You're nut. All right, then same old Primal Data. What's happening with you, brother? He said social media cloud is a dangerous addiction. Brother, I said this on next podcast, and I said, you know what I'm saying, attention is the new currency. That is a fact. Attention is the new currency. Everybody wants to be recognized for something. That's why you see people do the most outrageous, craziest things just to get some people to say, oh my God, oh wow. And I understand that there's money behind it as well. But I mean, I don't know, man. I could never personally just lose my dignity over over you know what I'm saying, over money. I just can't. I never would be that way. You know what I'm saying? Now, for instance, like, let's just say, like, I was joking on GRG about a month or so, a couple of months back, and I said, like, if PlayStation offered me the check, then I'm like, well, shit, you know what I'm saying? Then, it's a little different. I'm still gonna be playing my Xbox, right? But when you're talking about getting out here and repping and being on the, like I said, I'm never going to be a part of that community because that community accept that bullshit. And again, not to say that there's not some really crazy Xbox like stands out there that does dumb shit, but they should be called out and not to be out on podcasts, not to be. And I know a couple of them that sit there and came out and said some crazy things, and they kicked them out of those groups and things like that. That's how it's supposed to be. But PlayStation, it has been and will continue to see this method. Like when I try to explain to people about how PlayStation just isn't the same. Like PlayStation 3 was the last of the era of PlayStation being PlayStation. PlayStation 4, even though as successful as it was, it still wasn't as though it was like it still wasn't reminiscent to PlayStation 1 and 2 or 3. Because they had hits, they had bangers, but they didn't have the games that you could look at and say, man, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause now, even if you can look back and say, man, on the PlayStation 4, hell, you keep getting remasters and everything. That's not how PlayStation has operated. This whole new thing, you can tell that's them just trying to gain more money and spend less on whatever that they're trying to do. Like it's crazy. Like, and people keep thinking, oh no, it's a smart move. It's not a smart. It just shows that they don't have anything available. I don't get it, but you know, the media. I can't say enough about how the media is man. Oh my God, this right here, it tripped me out. They're all out here and they're talking about, well, this is great. We should lose everything. Exclusivity should go away. Xbox is making the right move by doing this. I hope through it. You know what I'm saying? I look forward to it. Then in the meanwhile, instead of them calling out PlayStation and saying, look, man, you should go ahead and let Xbox get that Final Fantasy Rebirth, they're praising it being exclusive. How does that make sense? And then when they did all these leaks, all these people in the media that was all going crazy about these leaks, none of them took the L. They all came up there and did some other like I said, try to dissect what Phil and them said, what Phil and Sarah and what Matt said in that little podcast that they had. They just tried to dissect it by, instead of them saying, "Oh, my bad, misinformation, it won't happen again." No, they doubled down. And then they have the audacity to talk shit to people that calls them out and block them, but then want to call people out as though they weren't wrong. Why do y'all still? I don't get it. I will never listen to any of them on a podcast. I will never again. For the people who sit there and made the decisions that sit there, that stuck with it, and then did not take the L, you will not. You ain't getting my view. You're not getting my view. And I won't be reading a couple of them's articles anymore. They're just for the sheer fact of, like, come on, man, just take the L. Just say you was wrong. Human is error. It's not a problem. But to double down and to act like that is crazy to me. And people just accept it. Like, I don't know, man. And Ham, I don't know what this is with some of the people in the Xbox community, but they just seem to not want to be happy about nothing. They just want to wait. They seem like they're always waiting for the bottom to fall out. All this great content that's coming out, they still thinking that Xbox is not producing games like the Xbox One or something. And while all this crazy information was coming out, where they're talking about, well, Xbox lost another title because PlayStation got it exclusive to the Monster Hunter stories and another smaller Japanese title. Xbox just grabbed another huge get by getting Final Fantasy Online, and then also getting announced that SMT, the games that's kind of, it's. Persona is the spinoff to SMT. I don't ever try to say that game's Shimigami Tensei.
Shimigami Tensei?
Yeah. That's coming to Xbox. That just was announced last week. And instead of it's like, okay, Xbox, you're cooking. You are going out there doing the work. No, they're going out here talking about Monster Hunter stories and don't even know what that game is. It's just a small title that eventually might be timed and come later on. And then that other little title, I don't even heard of it. Like, man, Ham, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It is, if you can't look and see the progression of what Xbox has done from the Xbox One, starting from when it started getting bad in 2017, on to now in 2024, and you still saying that you're not satisfied with Xbox, then maybe you're just not an Xbox, gamer. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're not. Maybe you are a person that wants to be a part of the PlayStation community and like the way that works. And that's fine. I mean, gaming is gaming. Go where you want to go. But don't act like that you're a fan and then don't have anything positive to say. Nothing positive to say. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. It blows my damn mind. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just find it nuts that we just got done the whole last year talking about Activision Blizzard, right? $70 billion acquisition with a bunch of, games that's coming with it. And what's to be expected with that? Of course, Game Pass, right? So we have that just recently happened. Bethesda recently happened just a few years ago. Game Pass has been looking good. We've been actually having some more games actually come out. Where we get to actually play them, Starfield, a Halo, the Forza Motorsports and Horizon, a bunch of other games, and then we got a lovely list this year of phenomenal games that are coming out. And you're right, K Mega. It's just like, it's weird how you let an opposition control the narrative for you instead of you controlling the narrative yourself, or just flat out listening to the folks that actually work within the business. You put all of your energy into people like Tom Warren and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that they're bad at their jobs. They're phenomenal
they're
at
great
their
at their jobs. I always read his stuff. Yeah.
But just because something got printed in a paper or put online doesn't make it a fact.
Facts.
until it
Facts.
comes out of the people that actually work at the business's mouth themselves. So you can keep walking, beating around the bush and saying, but he didn't say Starfield won't, and all this other wild bullshit. But the fact of the matter is that's not relevant right now. You threw that out there, getting a bunch of people riled up. Let's call it spade a spade.
Yeah.
You threw it out there because you knew that would get you a lot of clicks.
Exactly.
You knew that would get people up in their feelings. You knew that was a title that people really wanted to only be Xbox. So what do you do with that? You play with it. You talk to Phil Spencer and he says, oh, we said we're not bringing that. Oh, never? Well, never say never. So you're bringing it. And that's it. There was no confirmation of anything coming or even a time period. But just because it's not a never, it's a yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like somebody saying, yo, next time I see you, I'm gonna hook you up with a G and we gonna hit the mall. And then I never talk to you again. it's just like he said he is gonna do it. When? I don't know.
Yeah. He didn't give me a date, but he just told me, man. Oh my God.
It don't make any sense. So it's just people being hyperbolic about dumb shit. But at the same time, K Megan, and this is what I started the conversation off with a little bit ago. We have all these great things that recently happened, all these different ways to play games. I'm able to throw on my Steam Deck, continue to play Persona, get off of there. Wife wants to use the PC, so I play Persona on my Xbox, and then she's done with that. I hop on Persona on my PC if I want to. That's 3 different ways to play right there that I couldn't do last generation. Right. Did we forget about that just because Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves went to another platform? Obviously, I didn't forget.
Obviously, a lot of them.
I didn't forget because you know what? If I was only a PlayStation gamer, you know how to be able to play Sea of Thieves? Only on the console. And that's it. Oh, I guess I could play it remote, but we all know how great Sea of Thieves would run remote. Tragic. So it's just like people are just allowing other oppositions to control the narrative for them, and they completely forget about all the good. It's what have you done for me? Not lately, today. What have you done for me today? If you haven't done anything for me today, then you're not as good as the opposition. And it's weird that people hold that sentiment because to me, it's like, yo, K-Mega, I'm a Nebraska Huskers fan.
Yes. Ouch.
Every year is pain. Every year is pain.
That man said,
but I tell you,
I feel you though.
I tell you, I will still when Colorado comes down to Lincoln, Nebraska with Coach Prime, and they played Nebraska just because Coach Prime is more popular. He was in the NFL and everything. I'm not switching sides for that day. I'm rocking with my team, even though they might take a L 50-0. Because that's my squad. I'll root for Coach Prime the week before and the week after. But that week, no. You're playing my team. And that's how I feel about Xbox as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'll root for PlayStation when it has nothing to do with Xbox, before and after. But when it's head-to-head, fuck out of here.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. And you're letting people like Tom Warren, J-Dub, these different news sites and stuff like that. they say something and it gets under your skin and you take it so personal when it ain't shit. They're not saying anything. The only thing they're saying is give me money, Twitter. I'm getting a lot of engagement. That's what they're really saying. All of their posts are give me money, Twitter. I got you engagement. It's the same thing with getting people to click on articles. They don't give a shit about if it's a positive article or a negative article. The article is there, so you click it and give me money. You think Tom would be writing this shit for free?
Right. No, absolutely not.
I'm done, K-Meg. I'm done. No, I'm over here, man. I'm sweating like Farrakhan in church right now in the Christian church.
Man, this is the problem. And see, this is so without going into this, without giving Xbox some criticism, you know what I'm saying? Because Xbox do deserve some criticism on this situation because it as an Xbox fan, you don't want to see games going over. I understand what they're doing. The long game is perfect. It's solidified. Like I already see what they're trying to do, right? But no, did it piss me off to see that High Five Rush was going to Xbox? I mean, the PlayStation. Yeah, damn right. Like, I mean, okay, the online games, I ain't tripping. Sea of Thieves is almost a decade years old. If anybody's still tripping about that, then like that's tripping. Pentiment, I never played it. You know what I'm saying? I know it got accolades and all that, but come on, man, stop it. No, you know what I'm saying? It deserved to be out there to get more stuff, right? And then even with me being pissed off about that, and then even because of the part of me just leading and seeing what people was trying to lead onto it, like he was bringing up about like they just take something and make people it almost happened to me. Like I'm like, man, that's right. Phil and them didn't just come out and say never, and then I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, hold up. It doesn't have to be a never. And think about this. Let's just say High Five Rush did good, but it didn't do good enough to get a sequel because they don't trust it. But if this game goes out here, because I don't know what it's going to do on PlayStation. I know it. I think it's going to cook on Nintendo. I think it's going to do great on Nintendo. If that gives that game a
Hi-Fi Rush isn't coming to Nintendo.
It's not coming to Nintendo?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see what that does on whatchamacallit. But again, like I said, it's an experiment. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I can trust PlayStation dudes only. You know what I'm saying? You should have put that shit on Nintendo and PlayStation. But anyway, regardless. But we'll see. But if the game does good enough to get a sequel, what's more important? You getting a good time, bigger sequel for that title? Or for that game to just sit here and kind of be like Recore? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, people still talk about, man, that game was really good. I'd rather have the sequel, man. I'd rather have the sequel. But again, here's another thought. And so, like I said, I don't mind people being upset about it. Like, I'm not telling people how to feel. Like, I mean, because I didn't feel all that great about it either. But then I also like I said, thought about it, processed it. Like you said, don't let these people like J-Dub and them dictate the narrative.
AK Mega.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
It's all fun and games until it's all fun and games until an Xbox games on your PlayStation platform beats out a Ratchet and Clank. Brother. It's all funny. It's all funny until your own titles are starting to get eaten up by Xbox.
See that, and that's
how funny would that be? I'm just saying, for the stands out there that say, I'm getting to play some Xbox games.
See?
See? How much would you like it?
See?
If how much would you like it if Pentiment or Sea of Thieves comes out and it dog walks one of your first party games?
Brother. Like Grounded, I think Grounded. We'll see what Sea of Thieves is one of those games that you just don't know what they're going to do on PlayStation. But then again, we'll see. But Grounded, I think Grounded is going to cook out there, and I would love it.
I know I'd be embarrassed though.
Oh, hell
I'd
yeah.
be hella embarrassed.
Hell yeah. And another thing too, right? Like we haven't even got the ABK stuff kicking off yet. We as Xbox fans has not even seen the benefits of the ABK fully yet. And this is another factor. Think about this. Like, because everybody's always like, oh, they're going to put Halo in Gears. They're not putting Halo and Gears on stop it. Because if that comes, then that means if Halo, take this in. If Halo, Gears, and Forza is on a PlayStation, that means Xbox owns PlayStation. So stop it. Anyway, think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Xbox got all these studios. Let's say they put 30 to 60% of their games on other platforms. That still leaves you 40%, 40 to 60, 40 to 70% of having exclusives or console exclusives, console and PC exclusives. I don't think people are comprehending that. Think about that.
No, they're not.
Let's just
they don't understand how many studios Xbox really has right now. They have like 50 plus studios if you count in like support and everything like that. And you don't think any of those other small studios ain't trying to ever make a game?
Right. And how many of those studios make multiple games? Like that's what I'm like. People need to think about that. Let's just go nuclear option on here. Let's just say Xbox will put 70% of their games on other platforms, on other consoles. That's still 30% of their games that's exclusive to Xbox and PC. And that means that and they're going to put the more high quality titles to leave them only on Xbox and PC. Think about that. Like how much. That's why I tried to tell people Xbox is going to be the market leader. It's inevitable now. And like you said, Ham, if they're over here clowning and touting and all this other shit, right? Like saying, well, Sea of Thieves is coming, High Five Rush. If Sea of Thieves, Grounded, and High Five Rush do well or is in their top 10, brother, the cooking is already beginning. They're already the toad in the boiling water. The water is just now getting warm. They're over here thinking it's comfortable. It's like what I've been saying about how Xbox is trying to play this kumbaya thing, and people keep thinking that Phil is like some kind of, like he's just too nice and he just wants to give up everything because that's just what he want to do. The reality is that they're that snake from Jungle Book. They're cool as hell until they wrap around your ass, and then you cooked. You're done. That's exactly what Xbox is doing. Xbox is finally doing what Microsoft has been doing. They're just being nice about it. They just got a smile on their face doing it now, instead of them being the old Bill Gates way where they're just in your face, just raw and nasty. They got a smile on their face now. So I think when people keep overlooking the fact of how many studios they own, and Phil alluded to that in that podcast. He said, we are the biggest what do you say? The biggest contributor, or not contributor, but
no. He says we're one of the biggest publishers, like one of the biggest publishers in the world right now.
Yeah, we're one of the biggest publishers for Nintendo and PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? I think he said we're the biggest. And so,
I don't know about that,
bro. Tencent is huge. No, think about how many games that Xbox owns, how many studios Xbox owns that normally, if they weren't owned, would be on PlayStation and Nintendo. So think about that. And so you think that Xbox don't have leverage to say, you know what? We'll go ahead and let you get this. We know that y'all don't have shit right now. Man, go ahead, man. Y'all, but what that next game you coming out with? That looks pretty good, man. How about you speed up on that timeline to get her thickness and yams to come on over on the Xbox?
I love what Big Mad Mo just said in the chat, because he said something that I've said a while ago several times before, but like, and I'm not the only person to say this shit. Obviously, Big Mad Mo knows this shit. So if me and him both know this shit, there's been plenty of other people that think the same goddamn thing, and it's Xbox just did to PlayStation what Microsoft did to Apple. Is literally the same thing. Remember Apple with Microsoft Word on it? And shit like that? Remember, Apple was tanking.
Yep, you're right.
And Microsoft came in and said, yo,
you're right.
Here you go. Get your shit together.
Yep.
Why would we think anything different from Microsoft's Xbox to Sony PlayStation. We see y'all ain't got no games coming until April 2025.
Mm.
Y'all want a little something?
Got you.
I can help the both of us right now.
Yeah, come on.
See, PlayStation won't do that because they're trying to keep that popularity.
Right.
Microsoft don't give a fuck about popularity. They said, give me the money.
Yeah, they're done with it. They're
Where
done
the
with
bread?
the popularity game. They're done with the popularity game because they got.
They've been done with the popularity game because it's not working.
It's not working.
Yeah, it's just not. So they're like, give me the bread.
That's it.
Like, you know, it reminds me of what Tupac said a long time ago. He's like, at first we're like, you know, please give us food. We're outside singing the song, please give us food. He's like, about 6 months later, you know, we're kicking in the door and taking that shit. Like, it's like we ain't singing shit anymore. This ain't jingle time no more. We see that you don't like us, so we don't need to love y'all either. We gonna get what we can from everybody. Right. Fuck everybody. I mean, in some ways, I'm mad at them for doing that, but in other ways, it's like I get it. If people are consistently running over you, you've got to figure out a way. Whether it's, you know, through positivity or negativity. Sometimes you got to use that negativity and just run them back over.
Yep.
This is what it is.
Yeah, no, I mean, see, that's the thing too. Like, there's more to this, right? Like, the FTC is still on their back. The CMA got what they wanted. They cool right now. But Xbox is, like I said, playing the long game. Sure, we'll put these games on here, and there'll be a couple of more. Now, listen, I find out that Blade comes to Xbox, I'm going to be hot. I will complain. I will sit there and I will say, what the hell are y'all doing? Right? There's no doubt about that. I'll be pissed off on that. But then this is also, like I said, the end game for them that I understand, because they say, look, man, look at all these games that we've given. We have been crazy charitable, while PlayStation has not really given us anything. And y'all haven't came and investigated them. And this is when they're having their next meeting, because the FTC and the CMA and all the regulators is going to go after them, is when they're going after Steam. This is what I'm telling you. This is the end game for them. If it's not Steam, it's Epic or something. They're going for something major, and they're playing the game to a T. They're not here to. They know. That's what I'm saying. Patience is a virtue, ladies and gentlemen. And watch what they do, not what they say. And if you sit there and you're gonna, and when you see PlayStation and the content creators and these people going all crazy and shit, and they saying, oh, look at this, we got this and all. Remember, when it did come, and I do remember seeing this, and I don't know if you remember it, when everybody really, well, I didn't ever think it, but when all the rumors came out and they said that they were going third party. Like all these games are going crazy, and then you seen the picture of the podcast where Colt looked down and his eyes got all big and shit. I don't know what the hell that was, but you know, Colt was that anyway. And so they did, and all this stuff, and everybody's like, oh, it's over. It's going third party. PlayStation content creators got quiet, because you know why? If that was the case, they wouldn't have no podcast anymore. 90% of what they talk about is Xbox. Hell, there will be a lot of Xbox content creators out there because they love the console war. Hell, we get on GRG and we can sit there and we'll talk about damn near for an hour about the games we play. So we be good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no problem for us. But for a lot of people, hold on, wait, is this console war is over? And Xbox is like, man, yeah, let's end this shit. Let's play nice. Let's go do this. And then when everybody looks and said, look, and they see what we just did, we just finessed the hell out of everybody, because we got either Steam, Epic, something else that's major down the line. And everybody can, in the CMA and the FTC cannot say that we did not participate and try to put our games on other platforms, while PlayStation and Nintendo constantly keeps hoarding their games and not doing the same. And then at that point, the next judge that they see, the judge is gonna say, well, okay, you good. And I don't even know, and like what some people be telling me is that with Steam, like because they're a private company, they don't even have to go through regulators. But I don't know. Something that major, I think they still would have to go to courts in some capacity. But regardless, they are playing. They got the plan, and the plan. Let them see what we do, what they do with it. Let's see what they do with it. This is way bigger than what we're thinking. What some people are thinking on the surface level. They're thinking that Xbox is already about to give it up and they're ready to just be a third party studio. No, I've said this before as well. Is that Xbox is going to tread a line because they got the options to do that. You don't think PlayStation wouldn't do that? Maybe not, because PlayStation's console is really popular, and then people would be. But again, like you just said, Ham, Xbox tried to play the popular game. They did it with the 360 was right there, had the opportunity. The Xbox One, and Phil Spencer laid it all down to us in that interview, saying we had our opportunity, we missed it. Now they have to devise another plan, and this is the plan.
Well, I mean, can you make a look at it this way? It's the same thing as Apple and Google, right? Where Apple's like, we're only going to put this store on our proprietary devices and all this yada yada. What? And Google said, put that shit on a fucking stick from outside.
Yep.
I don't give a damn. You can use this shit anywhere, however you want to use it, whatever platform you're using, Samsung, fucking Kia, Sarah, LG, Nokia. I don't give a goddamn. And even if Apple wants a piece of them, they can come and even have some if they want. But I tell you what, we are not going to be walling ourselves in like an Apple does. And sure. In some ways, it makes Apple look like a more premium product, right? Because they're so walled off. But at the same time, when you talk to 90% of the motherfuckers that are out here, what are they rocking? They got Google somewhere in they motherfucking home.
Yep.
Everybody got Google somewhere in their home. It's the same thing with Windows. You might have an Apple computer, you might have an Apple phone, but I guarantee you got something with Microsoft up in the house.
Yes, you do.
Good luck getting away from it. Because even if you log into Apple, you still might have to use Microsoft, motherfucker. So it's just like you can't get away from it. And that's what Xbox is trying to do right now. They're trying to be, you can't get away from us.
Yep.
We're on every motherfucker. We might not be the one you love, but we everywhere. We everywhere. All over the place. Yep. And you can't do nothing to stop it. Because we got games now that people need.
Yes.
We got that itch that you need to scratch. Got Call of Duty. Got got these big time games. Got Bethesda game. Like people just don't want to understand.
No, they don't.
They just want to say the popular one makes the most sense and try to end it with a period right there.
It's like I said, Ham. I said Xbox will be the market leader, and PlayStation will sell more consoles without Xbox selling more consoles. This is what's happening. This is what's happening, and it blows my mind because I'm sure that there's other people out there that's maybe mentioned this, like what we're talking about right now, but it's not widespread enough. And of course, there'll be people that, why Xbox? I said, you don't sit there and tell people that. You know what I'm saying? That strategy, that's you don't tell them, well, we're building the Death Star to blow up planets of our enemies. You know what I'm saying? While you're still building it, you don't want them to show them the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? You just roll up on them, and the next thing you know, some shit get blown up, and then you're like, what was that? And what the hell? What had their power to blow up a damn planet? That's what Xbox is doing right now. They're not gonna. They're keeping everything to the chest, and they're playing this game very smart. I hate this for the Xbox community that just don't see this, and they're just all engaged into the console war to the fact of that they feel that the console is still the most relevant thing in gaming. Brothers and sisters, it is not. PlayStation even told you so. You know what I'm saying? Like the only thing, if this was Nintendo, this would be different. But even Nintendo is even changed the game. Think about how high tech not in the sense of power, but how high tech the Switch is. The Switch was looked at as seeing being, oh, the Switch is done, it's cooked. They're done. I mean, the stuff with the Wii and all this stuff. The Switch is
to this day, it's the highest selling console.
Right.
To this day,
it's genius. It's genius because it's a hybrid. And just think about and just think about, and we talked about this on GRG a few weeks back. Was that like, look, they could be bringing a handheld with the new console. Yeah, copy Switch. Microsoft, start copying some of these motherfuckers. Get them. Copy them. You have the money, you have the resources, and put some of that shit on there. And like you said, be seen everywhere. I know people over here, there's no logo. There's no Xbox logo. Well, the game ain't out yet. We'll see if there's going to be the Xbox Studios on the game or not, right? Like, the game ain't even out. And they're already complaining. There's no logo. They don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because hell, if Xbox don't want to show it, because if there's people that say, oh, I'm not going to support that because that's an Xbox game. If they don't put the logo on there and then people sit there and spend money on it, okay, cool. That's fine. Does the logo really matter? But it's advertising. The advertising is the game itself. So, because listen, you don't think PlayStation's going to try to be petty a little bit by trying to poke the bear, by trying to say, "Oh man, well, look at this hot game, play on PlayStation, blah 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 blah," and then all the PlayStation fans when Hi-Fi Rush comes out, they're going to be laughing it up and hamming it up and shit like that. But like you said, if they go ahead and they get in the top 10 and they beat out like Ronin or some shit like that, which I doubt it, but if it, bro, that shit would be crazy as hell. I would laugh my ass off. But let me read some of these super chats, man. This was actually really fun for me. I needed to get this shit off my chest. I was just tired of these people sitting here Anyway. Primal Data, what's up, brother? He said, if you see Bill in them loafers in that sweater vest, worry he's coming with that head chopper. Man, hey, Bill Gates was a monster, man. Hearing some of them stories, read some of that stuff, and then watching documentaries on that, man, I had no idea that little dude was that foul mouthed and rude, baby. He got the job done. It's Primal Data. Primal Data again. It's Primal Data again. He says Bill Gates gave Steve Jobs the rebuy Apple money. Yeah, no, they did. And see, and you wonder because people was thinking like, you look at that because Apple was such a big company. It's such a big company, and it was over Microsoft or whatever at one point in time. But it's still, and it maybe still be. I have no idea. But the point of the matter is that look, they got this thought process of thinking like, man, we need this competition so we can be better. Because if we don't have competition, then we get stagnant, and then everybody's going to point the finger and hate us because people are going to want some certain things and blah 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 the third. So, and they look at probably PlayStation the same way and Nintendo. So I don't know. Our man J Mac, man, really appreciate it, man. He said, shout out to the multiplayer. Oh my God, MGC podcast. If you don't think these 4 games are Trojan horse, this is a diabolical plan they've been thinking about for the past 5 years. We're just now seeing it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I like that. The Trojan horse. That is perfect. That's well said. That's exactly what the hell it is. A Trojan horse. He said
horse. Xbox World Order.
Oh shit. XWO.
That's what that XWO means.
I didn't know what the XWO was. Xbox World Order. He's right. That's the plan. That's what I'm saying. Like to solidify everything for the Xbox World Order is Steam or Google, Steam or Epic. They don't need anything else after that. They don't need anything else like that. Now I know that Warner Brothers is back in trouble again. So I mean, I would like that. But anyway, Sir X-Man, he said Xbox is setting up the mousetrap. no one sees it. No, no. I mean, yeah, he's absolutely right. No, it is. You guys are right. I love the Trojan horse thing, but you're also right by saying it's the mousetrap. It is. It is. Oh man, Ham. Why people aren't seeing this?
I don't think people want to see it for the simple reason that Xbox it has had kind of a history of sticking the stick into their own tire and flipping off of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So they don't see that this is actually a possibility when, in all honesty, people forget they're the richest people on the block. And they will, at some point, if it wasn't last generation, it may not have been the generation before, they'll figure it out at some point. And once they figure it out, it's not safe.
No.
It is not safe.
No.
Imagine. No, we don't even have to imagine. We can just look at the history books. The Yankees, throughout the history of baseball, there is no salary cap. Who is raking it in and always a contender year after year? The folks with the biggest bank in baseball.
Yankees and
you
Dodgers.
see those deals that they be giving out?
Man,
I'll be scratching my head wondering how the hell they're making that much money over a football player that puts his body on the line all the time. How the hell this person making over $500 million playing baseball?
Bruh.
You know why he's making that much money? Because that company has that money and they want to win right now. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Now look at it in the gaming aspect. Microsoft got that money. They just bought 2 massive publishers.
Yep.
Why? Because they want to start winning. They don't want to just sit there and do things the Sony way. They want to be like, yo, we're the ones that are making this business look different. We're the ones changing the game. We want y'all chasing us. We don't want to chase y'all. We're the one with the cash. Why the hell would I chase you? So I mean, that's, in my opinion, what they're trying to do.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what they're trying to do.
Okay, Mega, I gotta get I gotta get moving.
Yeah, no, we're done. I just wanted to just make my last point. I was looking at because I just recorded me playing some Tekken last night, and I was always like, man, I'm getting cooked by King. But I remember I came back and I beat him. So anyway, but I was over here trying to work and try to play with Raven. So so just trial and error. What'd you say?
You don't know how to play no Tekken.
You crazy, bro. You better look at my stats on Xbox and on PC. Winning. Now, I will tell you this. The first week, because I was so pissed off about everything, and that's all I was playing was Tekken, I had a 88 winning percentage for that first week and like a week and a half.
Oh, yeah, you were hot.
I was just mad and I was in the zone. But yeah, no. And then I got to them higher levels and started playing those Rugens and things like that. I think my highest person I beat was a flame. And I played with my boy Lawrence, and we was over there practicing and stuff. He's got one of the best. He could play one of the best jacks I've ever played against. And he beat me more than I beat him. But he was a flame. He's a flame something. That's his rank is a flame something really high up there. And you know what I'm saying? And I felt good getting him because I ain't brought out my main yet, which is June. But she's coming. I'm just trying to build up everybody else, get them to Vanquisher or a little bit higher, and then I'm finna take my 3 main characters and I'm finna just ride them all the way out for the remainder of the year. So see if I can try to get to Tekken God, but we'll see. I don't know. But all right, man. Thanks so much, Ham. Where can they find you at, man? I said about an hour and we went longer.
Yeah, I knew that was probably gonna happen, but yeah, you can find me on TSWS Game, and I'll be there this week. I took a week off last week because I needed it. I was
Oh,
and
did
then
you?
I ended
All
up
right.
getting sick, so I definitely needed it.
You definitely did.
Man, but yeah, you can find me over there at TSWS Gaming here on YouTube. You can also check me out at HamSolo05 Gaming on Twitter.
And do appreciate it. With the GRG, will be back this Friday. I don't know if I'll be doing any videos any other, like, just streaming videos this week. I don't know. I'm still getting in those phases where I'm good, and then sometimes I'm not. So I just want to be safe with that. And besides that, I got a lot of stuff I still need to do. I was supposed to get to move out my mom's stuff out of our house. This past weekend, but my wife caught COVID, and so she's quarantining, and so I, what I'm saying, I've tested, because I took the jab. Well, my wife took the jab, but she didn't take the booster. I took the booster, and I've tested, and I don't have it, but I don't feel like getting out, to try to just to let that happen. So we'll probably be trying to move her stuff this coming up weekend. So I don't know if there'll be any Fight Night Sunday, but Fight Night Sunday will come back, and I'll come back to start doing more content. Just bear with me. But I really do appreciate everybody who came through. Yeah, just, what I'm saying, can't wait to read the comments and what you guys think, man. But really
Make
do
sure to read
appreciate it.
JMax / Super Chat.
Oh, okay. All right. Steve, he said Xbox realized you have to be tactful when implementing $1 trillion plan into $1 billion industry. Man, J-Mac, that's perfect. That's perfect. That is absolutely right. Couldn't say that better myself, man. That is absolutely right, man. But everybody do appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Xbox fans, you know what I'm saying? Stay loyal to the soil, baby. You know what I'm saying? We game on everything, but understand what we enjoy, man. Don't be flaky. You know what I'm saying? Nobody likes a fair weather fan. Nobody
Quit
does.
being a bitch.
Facts. Everybody have a good night. Good afternoon. Peace.